Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Mandelson. A slimy, oleaginous, shady man had to resign from government twice because of ill doings. And now it seems he's going to have to resign as the UK ambassador to the United States. I think there's no way around this. I think his position is untenable. And I think he will have to go. He'll try to delay it. He'll try to hang it out. But I don't think he can keep his role. I don't think he can stay there. Now, when you get someone like Belle Ribeiro Addy, who is a Labour MP and a good shoe-in for the deputy leader's position at the moment, and she's saying that his position is untenable, that he must consider it, he must resign, or if he fails to resign, the position must be taken from him, then you know, if you are Mandelson, that you're in deep trouble, if that's what your own party are saying. Now, of course, this is all to do with Mandelson and his best chum, his best pal in the world, Jeffrey Epstein. And they've got the picture there of Jeffrey and Mandy in their bathrobes on Pedo Island. It's not looking good for him, is it? And it's not looking good when he writes, "You're my best pal." Now, he's been out and doing the media rounds going, "Oh, I deeply regret this. If I'd have known what I knew, no, blah, 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 blah." The thing is, though, he was still residing in Jeffrey's New York pad when Jeffrey was in jail. So let's not have any of this, "Oh, I didn't know. I believed his lies. He was a very charming man and I didn't think," etc., etc. No. When you were sitting in his pad, Mandy, he was in jail for his pedoism. So let's not pretend otherwise. Now, he's been convicted of these offences. Mandy's still hanging around him, still writing to him, still deeply in love. Very unrequited, I think. He's far too old for Jeffrey. But it is very sordid. I am not, and I want to make this absolutely clear, I am not for one moment impugning on Peter Mandelson. He's many things, and I genuinely don't think he's one of them, you know. I don't think he's into that kind of stuff. So no, I'm not impugning that. What I'm impugning is his judgment. He seems to be someone who loves to creep and crawl around the wealthy and the powerful, doesn't he? He always has. And this is just another example of him, you know, very Uriah Heepish. He is very Uriah Heepish. "Oh, yes, oh, well, I'm very close." He is. He's a worm tongue. He's a worm. But no, there's no way. I'm not pushing that agenda. He's not a paedophile. 100% sure. And this isn't taking the piss saying this. Genuinely believe he's not. So let's leave that there. But he is a man who's made some very dubious decisions. And like I say, he's now getting members of his own party saying he's got to go. But he does say that he agrees and he confirms that they work together on a £1 billion banking deal between, was it Bank of Scotland, Morgan Stanley, something else, Epstein and all that. They did work together, and that's how they got to know each other. But now you've got people like Josh McAllister, who's the current new education secretary. He's saying that, "Oh no, Mandelson, he was just guilty of what we'd call bad." I don't know. It's hard to explain it, really. It's basically he made a bad choice. It wasn't a terrible decision. He was suckered in, basically. Well, no, I'm sorry, I'm not having that either. He knew for a long time, you know, that this was dodgy. He said that he regrets the relationship. It went on far longer and all that. But even so, you might regret it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Doesn't mean not get. "Oh yes, Your Honour, I regret killing him." Doesn't mean you're not going to jail, you know. Now, they're trying to spin this that Downing Street still have confidence in Mandelson. They're not asking for him to go, not just yet at least. They're saying that he is. He still has the full backing of the Prime Minister. This is what Downing Street are pushing. He still has the full backing of the Prime Minister, and he will remain as the UK ambassador to the United States for the remainder of his term. I don't know how long they serve, but there are fixed terms for ambassadorships. But the very strange thing was yesterday not yesterday at PMQs, today. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Today at PMQ, I'm getting my head mixed up. Today at PMQs, Kemi Badenoch asked the Prime Minister about his relationship with Peter Mandelson, and whether he had any views about the relationship between Mandelson and Epstein, or whether he maintained the full rigorous support and all this. And the Prime Minister said, and I won't do it in his voice, it's just annoying me. He said, as she and the House would expect, full due process was followed during this appointment, as it is with all ambassadors. The ambassador has repeatedly expressed his deep regret. He is right to do so. So then Kemi went, well, hang on a minute, that's not what I asked. Let's ask it again, kind of thing. Let's push this down. She said, the PM cannot answer any questions. This is not the behaviour of someone who has full confidence. The ambassador should be in the White House talking about how we respond to the incursion into a NATO airspace. Instead, he's giving interviews about himself to The Sun. This is a man who already had to be removed from cabinet twice, which I've mentioned. And now we learned that he was brokering billion-pound deals with Jeffrey Epstein while business secretary. I didn't get a proper answer. He's talking about process. This is not about process. This is about judgment. And it goes to show that there is no judgment. Mandelson clearly has no judgment. And Starmer has no judgment in the continual backing of Mandelson. Now, either Starmer says, yes, I give him my full backing, which he won't do. He genuinely will not do that. He will not give Starmer full backing. Sorry, he will not give Mandelson full backing in case it turns out that Mandelson is a bit of a crook. Shudder the thought. On the other hand, by not backing him, it shows that even he doesn't trust Mandelson, and that he can't believe a word coming out of his gob. It's a very complex state of affairs. So, Kemi's really got him on the run and got him banged to rights with that one. Now, then, following that, there was a little press conference in the lobbies. And, the lobby journalists of old would have gone for the jugular. They seem far more friendly now because they want access. But Mandelson, of course, was being pushed at the lobby briefing. And they said that there would be more, quote, very embarrassing details about to come out about his close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And then the spokesman was like, panic stations, you can see the look in the eye, it's all gone, and asked whether Starmer, and this is the thing, asked whether Starmer was aware of what the future revelations Mandelson is referring to. Starmer's spokesman repeatedly said that Mandelson went through this robust vetting process. That's not what was asked. They're answering the different questions. Now, whatever comes out now, how long has Starmer known about it? Has Starmer known about it from before he made Mandelson the UK ambassador to the US? When did he find out about all of this? There's a lot more questions, and there's more to come out. This is not a story that's over and done with. And I think as more comes out, it becomes increasingly likely that Mandelson will have to go, because Mandelson will then start make it, that story becomes so toxic it will start affecting Starmer. Starmer knows he's going to have to get rid of Mandelson, so he'll say, look, we need you to step down with dignity. And so I've become the story and I don't want to distract. For the good of England or the good of Britain, I'm going to stand down, kind of thing. That's how it's going to be spun out, I think. But in fact, what it is, it's I've got to get you out of there. I'm firing you because you're going to damage me. And I think that's what's going to happen. It's cracking, isn't it? You couldn't make this up. This government lurches from disaster to disaster. And it's all because they're all bloody useless, all crooks, all corrupt or anything. Anyway, keep an eye on this story. I think there's much more to come. Thanks a lot. This went on longer than I thought. Do hit subscribe, though. If you've made it to 9 minutes, hit subscribe. Bye.